Alright. Haven't done a rant in insert meme of haven't done this in a while. Last rant I actually recorded was talking about Elden Ring, which either nobody cared or that there were so many videos talking about the subject that I guess algorithm did not favor me this time. The last one kind of did, but let's not get into semantics because, well, I could go on about that all day. Whether it be the Bloodborne getting a server maintenance and just so happens to tie along with Sony's 30th anniversary, and then they mentioned it in some live stream or some shit, and people glazed the game yet again. What I actually want to talk about is a little game known as XDefiant, the game that would be given the Call of Duty killer only for it to be announced that the game is basically pulling life support. So going to be more or less a rant about the free-to-play slash service models as a whole and why I don't care for it, and whether games like Fortnite continue to exist or lesser games like XDefiant will eventually be shut down at any point, as with people who like to go about games having their licenses revoked because of reasons. There's a reason I don't tend to play those. Even something like that Gundam game on the PS5, there's kind of a reason why I don't care for such things and why you should just bite the bullet, as they say. So let me get into XDefiant on a whole first, because I kind of have some things I'd like to say about it. XDefiant was first released on May 21st of 2024, and it is now December 4th, 2024. Duh. While this game lasted a lot longer than Concord, it sure as hell did not last for a game that claims to be the Halo killer. Oh wait, I'm sorry, the Call of Duty killer. Incident naming aside, there was another game series called Tribes Aerial Assault, which was essentially a console port, of Tribes 2 on the PC. So how is that latest Tribes game looking? Oh. Well, even the so-called coveted Halo killer can still be played. Ain't that a fucking shock? And for those people who are saying that you have to buy the game through Amazon, the game is literally free to download. And no, I'm not kidding. I think this is the first and only PlayStation 2 game to be considered a game that you can download at no risk whatsoever. And you know what? It's actually a pretty good game. Halo has Coagulation, Halo 2 has Blood Gulch, Tribes has Catabatic. XDefiant was mainly praised for being a game with no skill-based matchmaking, which is something that just seems to me like a gambler's bad habit that is convinced by people or something. And I don't want to sound like I'm being a patronizing asshole, but if you're not enjoying the game, or you can, quit while you're ahead so that you don't lose your rank or whatever, you can just not play the game if you're not having fun, okay? A lot of these games, whether it be Call of Duty or Fortnite, and yes, I'm going to bring in Fortnite into this, or even XDefiant, may it rest in peace.
Not.
There are times when you could be playing the game and having a good time, a lot of fun stuff that Wings once coined back in World War II was a thing. No, not that one. There you go.
Have a good time. Have a good game.
But no, playa, they have to play the game because it's fun. Yeah, it's real fun playing a game that barely has any fucking variety and ranking up like you're a Pokemon or something, but you're not getting any new moves, you're not bonding with your animal friends or whatever, you're not learning anything new besides maybe one specific gun matchup, I guess, or some stupid shit. You're not learning anything, okay? I have tried playing Black Ops 1 for a period of time, and the in-game challenges to unlock the pro perks, they're not that enjoyable to me, and with the unlock system in Black Ops, it's just not that favorable. Yes, it's great that the old servers for these games are running up again, but the grind in original Modern Warfare 2 is pretty much done. I reached my level 70, besieging is absolutely pointless since who knows how long the servers are even going to last. And with something like Black Ops, the challenges are even more annoying than they were in the original Modern Warfare 2. And funny enough, I actually ended up joining a game in Modern Warfare 3 that had everything unlocked except for like very specific shit, so that shit can go off the curbside. Not that I care anyway, but everything is already unlocked anyway in private matches, and in split screen you can basically use custom classes to not only modify things that you can't even use in the game, like not having any throwable items, but actually having the closest thing to custom games that Halo did, except, well, it's in Modern Warfare 3, so it's basically just yet another fucking Call of Duty game. It's retarded. If I don't find it enjoyable, even if I were to play the online experience, I'll just quit and move on to something else. Those games, in my honest opinion, can be seen as a massive waste of time. Coming from someone who's been grinding Grand Theft Auto Online for the longest time, not necessarily out of fun, but even with something like Grand Theft Auto Online, you can play it in a mostly solo environment, and the game certainly pushes its pay-to-win tactics in your face every 5 seconds, but I can put up with a lot of shit. Call of Duty and XDefiant or any game like it, or even Fortnite, is not one of them. I made it pretty clear that I don't care for Battle Royale as a whole. I don't care for the homogenized PvP stuff in games like Call of Duty and XDefiant. Hell, I don't even like it in games like Halo, alright? I don't care for that sort of thing. If I want to play Halo, I'll play with friends. And if I want to play against people in a competitive setting, I'll just play something like Star Wars Battlefront 2, Turok Rage Wars, or even Brink. Yeah, remember Brink? And you can actually still play it against the bots to this day, because it wasn't made to be this live service game that has to take all your money, and even people want to claim that they have to put in cosmetics to make some sort of profit. You really think having cosmetics that are just like silly, goofy shit that has all these bright colors and shit, that's going to attract the wrong kind of crowd? You really think that's going to make the game any better? No. It makes it worse. I know I've mentioned about plutonium, but if there is a way to actually get that shit working with bots, or finding more levels in the original Halo Combat Evolved, or even Halo 2, that has working scripted bot behaviors and shit, I would probably be down for that, because I actually really like the Halo multiplayer, but playing it with other people is just fucking annoying, and playing the game against friends is something that is only really viable once a month, and that's if one of the people in the party doesn't get salty potatoes about being shot while loading, or being shot outside of the field of vision that is limited on cancel. Even something like Halo Infinite that can be seen as this miraculous game having a $60 DLC for campaign, it's just ludicrous, honestly. It really is. Just because games like XDefiant exists doesn't automatically mean that it's going to be the Call of Duty killer, obviously. There are so many clones of various games, and almost all of them are either free-to-play, live service, monetization-pushing garbage, or they're paid subscriptions to play, and they don't even hold a candle compared to most shit that can be seen as actual mediocrity, but you can still play the game provided that you have a license or the disc to play those things. And I'm gonna say it again, I don't feel like dealing with being yelled in my ear about how someone didn't kill you correctly, or that people are playing the game improper because they're using tactics that can be seen as taboo but don't necessarily go against the rules of engagement, okay? You can play Call of Duty in the most lame way possible, unless you're like using cheats or things that you shouldn't get at your actual level. It's not against the terms of service to play in the most lame way possible. People do this shit all the time. Look at fighting games where people play in the most annoying way possible, or even other types of strategies that can be seen as taboo or just annoying as hell, but it's not necessarily against a code of honor that people play this way. If these people would have played Dark Souls, they'd fucking break down and start crying. And I don't mean to do the normie comparison, but people invade in Dark Souls and they can just do whatever the hell they want. It can be considered taboo and shit that you can't heal during a match that they're using a meta weapon, but first of all, there's various ways to combat it, and
appearing offline
isn't the only way to
fucking stop it.
You can literally run to the boss gate, or just, use other tools the game literally gives you if you explore enough, I guess. Or, you can just play offline. But oops, you still can't pause the game. It amazes me that people would defend XDefiant as like the next big thing, but now it's being shut down, and now we're just being reminded that had the game at the very least wasn't made to be this online only product that you can download for free while also taking up a bunch of space on your fucking consoles or PC or whatever, I bet people will still probably find ways to enjoy it. But because modern gaming design requires you to be a constant online only experience with leveling up and fucking knickknacks you can collect for your profile picture, or unless you just make games like Elden Ring, bloated sandboxes and whatnot, gaming is dead, I guess. But you can't say that, even though they'll glaze Elden Ring and Bloodborne or whatever the fuck. Games like XDefiant, to me, I just have absolutely no interest in. And even that one Gundam game, I'm very sorry, but I just don't have interest in the free-to-play market. If I'm going to download something, I'd like to be able to play it for as long as I physically can. I don't like being restricted to an online server that I have no control of, or even trying to play a game that forces online even in the single-player modes. But people defend this because, lol, who doesn't have internet in 2024? Yet it is the same people who say that not everyone has access to a computer to set up emulators and shit. Like, I really don't want to fucking hear it. It's just a bad excuse, and you're not even a developer or coder for these developers, that they don't even acknowledge your existence unless you give them money, and only if you critique them the correct way, mind you. I'm not going to be shackled to the games that's cool and hip because that's what everyone's doing. That's just some preschooler under the influence garbage, and I'm not for it. Even something like Fortnite, the game that's crazy hot popular with new seasons, changing up the dynamics and shit. Even if I'm being basically peer pressured to playing something like Call of Duty or Fortnite or Apex or whatever hot and new trendy game there is, can I actually play it by myself? Do I have to rely on online service to work? Do I have to rely on an active player base who probably don't know any good games out there unless their names are Elden Ring and fucking Halo Infinite? I actually bought Just Cause 4. Why? Man, shut your bitch ass up. I ain't gonna finish that. Shut up. In all seriousness though, I actually have been enjoying the game. I haven't been able to play it as much because I've been busy with the real world, but just playing the game, buying the complete edition because hell, why not? Fuck. There are things that you can do in this game that games like Fortnite have copied and is considered cool and hip, but when people look at something like Just Cause 4 or even something like Saints Row 3 and 4, Saints Row 3 and 4 are not as good as Saints Row 1 and 2, man. They killed off Johnny Gat, they made the game cartoony as fuck, they made the game super silly and shit. Man, Volition is fucking retarded. They should all just fucking rot and die. Well, you got your fucking wish. And even though the reboot failed horrendously, you still fucking complain about it because, well, you're so stuck in the fucking past, like these people who will gush at Fortnite having video game classic characters like Doomslayer and Metal Gear Solid Snake being in the game, but not actually having any fucking interest in playing anything outside of the game because they have to make their money playing a game that's barely making any income to begin with because lots of people are doing it. Literally. And even if it's the next big trendy thing, they'll just probably hop on something else that's hip and trendy. Oh, I love the game, guys. It's such a great fucking game. But wow, look at this fucking cornball using fucking disco balls to get my character out of the vehicle. That's so fucking stupid, dude. Do you actually enjoy the game, or are you just forcing yourself to play it? That just seems very suspect to me. Oh, Saints Row 4 is really fucking stupid. There's too much alien shit in this game. But look at all this cool alien shit that's in Fortnite, guys. You can have Marvel's Venom go up against the likes of Goku, man. This shit is fucking fire, yo. That shit is gas. Okay. I wouldn't be surprised if there are people who play Just Cause 4 and look at the mech that you can punch stuff with, whatever, and be like, wow, this fucking mech stuff is so fucking stupid, dude. This game should just be boots on ground like in Call of Duty. But wow, guys, look at this fucking weapon skin in Call of Duty Mobile. This fucking dragon fire coming out of there. But fuck those 50-year-old gay men for using fire shotties in World War II, dude. There are probably things in Just Cause 4 that could warrant a 10 thing series, or even other games I've been playing recently, if I even care to document such things, but I do know this. Unless my license for buying Just Cause 4 gets revoked at any point, which it could happen, but I don't think there's been any game that I bought which license was revoked. I don't want to call it a myth because it's happened, but you have to do something really fucking stupid or buy a very specific game at the wrong time to have its license revoked. You can call whatever games that come out now are slop, which they are, or games that are soulless, which most of them are. Even with all the crap they push on Elden Ring, you can at least play it offline or whatever, but there are plenty of other games and other types of games that may not be for everyone, obviously, but you can still find something and play it, besides being forced to play this crap because nothing else exists, or I'm too poor to buy this one game that I can get the most out of. It's ridiculous. I can't buy this one game for $10, but I'll spend $100 on Black Ops 6, a game that's over 100 gigabytes. You have to be online at all times to even play it, but I can't be bothered to buy this one game that I could probably get more enjoyment out of whenever I want. Oh no, that's just way too demanding, dude. I can't deal with that shit. Like, people actually think like that, and their mentalities are very questionable, honestly. It's fucking gross. There are probably people who actually think like this outside of my own stratosphere, and that's actually kind of sad. But single player lasts forever. Or games that have a multiplayer component with LAN and or bot support, now those are the true kings, in my opinion. This type of game, even Halo, the original, having a campaign, a co-op campaign, which doesn't really add much, honestly. Sorry, fucking cope and see until it's done. And a multiplayer mode, which could be enjoyable, but unless you're playing like the race mode, your only option is either play in split screen or do online play, and I just don't think that's fun at all. I made this point very clear in prior rants, but those people who want to play Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, at least the ones that are online only now, ever since Modern Warfare 2019 or whatever the fuck, I am above the cesspool of the lower city of the gaming-verse, because I'll just play whatever the fuck I want to play. If I ever subject myself to Elden Ring, there's no need to, because there's always something else out there. Even if it's true that not every game is for everyone, there are more than plenty enough of choices that give grocery store food variants a run for its fucking money. Now, that being said, I'm gonna go continue shitposting on the XCOM. Hopefully the streams in the Abyss will help grow this, and hopefully I'll have something else out there that isn't just a mindless rant about a nothing burger.
Appearing offline does not fucking stop excuses. Appearing offline does not fucking stop. Look here, let's excuses. Look here, let's excuses. Appearing offline does not fucking stop it. Appearing offline does not fucking stop it.